So how that ride was coming down here?
Shit, was a lot of motherfucking trolls out there, boy. God damn.
It's
Police everywhere, man.
Man, you already know that the tickets, they don't play about that speed.
Nah, I mean like heavy, bro. Like task force here, heavy, bro. We seen like, how many we seen? 8 right at the exit. As soon as we was getting off, and then right there at the light, it was about another 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ain't. I don't know what they got going on tonight. Sting operations or what the fuck, but they ain't playing tonight, man.
Okay then. Yeah, man. You already know, man. We had to come bring you to the city, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
And for everybody that want to know who my guest is, who I'm speaking to right now.
Suave Smooth, man.
Suave.
561 representative, man. 561 legend. All day, all night.
And that's why we had to bring the legend through. That's why we had to bring him through. And I'm about to make sure I'm on silent. No interruption while you roll up that blunt. So let's take it on back for people that don't know, even though you just said it, but
Yeah.
where you from, my dog?
PalmBeach County, man. Born and raised, the downtown section, that exit right off Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, man.
And let's take it back, dog. So growing up, both parents, single parents, let us know.
Both parents, man. Working parents. That was always gone, man. So, you know, me, my brothers, my older brothers, you know, everybody pretty much was in the streets, you know what I mean, heavy, you know what I mean. My mom and them, you know, they was trying to live the American dream. And shit, we was trying to live like motherfucking boys in the hood in New Jack City.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way we had it, man.
And for the people that don't know, let's take us there, though. So going to school, man, let's take us to middle school. How middle school was down here? And what middle school did you go to?
Middle school, shit, we was at the Velt, man. We was at Roosevelt. Yeah, Roosevelt to us, middle school for us was like our high school. That's what we experienced the prom, and we took things serious. By the time me and my generation, by the time we got to high school, we was more like too advanced for that shit. Me, I was expelled from high school when I was in the 10th grade, dope charges and shit like that.
You say you was expelled?
Yeah, I was expelled. From high. I didn't last in high school very long.
You say dope charges?
Dope charges.
Like how you catch dope charges in school, though?
Possession with intent to sell within 100 feet of the school zone,
okay,
and all
okay.
that type of shit like that.
So basically, you're not in the school, you're around the school.
I was in the school.
Okay.
I was in the school with it. You know what I mean? So when I had like 3 different lockers, and when they caught me, you know what I mean, I had work in this locker, work in this locker, and they had caught on to my routine, and the bitch snitched on me, and yeah, I got expelled. You know what I'm saying? But around the time I got expelled, Jeb Bush, he was the governor of the state of Florida, so he had a zero tolerance thing, and because of his little zero tolerance policy, I wasn't allowed to go to no school when I got expelled. So a lot of people that see me, they consider me very educated. That is because once I got expelled and I couldn't go to school, I realized that I had a strong passion for learning, so I ended up self-educating myself. And one of my hobbies became reading a lot of books, just like niggas do when they go to prison or whatever. So I had read hundreds of books, probably up to 1,000 books during that time when I was around 15.
Okay, so you 15, so you was reading books. Most young kids not to reading books like that, so that's real good.
Yeah.
So what made you so young and was already selling drugs already, though? You said you got kicked out of school 10th grade, so what age did you start hustling?
Shit, man.
And was that something to do?
I see a lot of rappers, they be talking about dope and bricks and all this type of shit like that. I was grandfathered in. Like I say, you know, I got older brothers. I was like one of the youngest niggas in my generation from the hood. And they didn't allow me to say all that shit that them rap niggas be saying.
You trying to you straight? Okay, yeah. My bad.
They didn't allow me to talk like y'all favorite rappers about the dope game and this and that. You know what I mean? It was certain shit I could say, certain shit I couldn't say. So even now, you know, as I'm talking, I'm only hitting around certain things. As far as, you know, how I got involved in this and that, you know, that just came from me maturing. But, you know, around the time I was 14, I was running with niggas that was 21, 23, 24. And I'll put it this way, you know, if you ever seen the movie or the documentary Snowfall, Franklin Saint, he was like my older brother. My older brother, the whole Franklin Saint story is the story of my older brother. He ran that whole part of town to downtown. So everybody knew that I was like Franklin Saint's little brother. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. So
you talking about your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood. My whole section.
I know they say it's hard for Florida. How one man ran that section, though. I know it's Florida. They say, you know, it's hard for one person to run the block.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they say. But, you know, connections make anything happen. And it's just like, you know, with the music business. As long as you can, any business, politics or whatever, as long as you connect that shit, connections is more powerful than money. Connections is like credit. You can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't connected,
yeah, that's not.
You know what I'm saying? Big bro was connected, so you know that's how that shit went down.
Did you even know what was going on being that young, or you ain't even realize what was going on until you got older?
Only to a certain extent. By the time I was 14, I was running with him, so yeah, I knew what was going on at that point. By the time I was 14, 15, I went to trying to venture off and find my own lane in the world outside of him, and you know that led me down to legal troubles. He never had any legal troubles and shit like that, so it was an embarrassment for him. And like I say, back to, you know, the rap niggas talking about the dope game and all the street shit and shit like that, I wasn't allowed to do that because I was around real street niggas that had really did real street shit. And for me to just get on the mic and go to yada yada yada, it was like dry snitching, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of music I put out, it was all about partying and dancing and just turning up and just that part of the lifestyle, not the street shit to that extent, because, you know, nigga, shit, we lived the BMF story. Headquarter Records, when we came out with the Headquarter Records, we was the BMF, the Big Meech and Blue Da Vinci and all that type of shit. We really lived that shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that a lot of people don't know, because I rarely talk about street shit like that, because how I was groomed. That, you know, it ain't about that. It's about, okay, what we gonna do when we get out of this shit. We trying to get away from this motherfucking type of shit like that. Straight up. Yeah, so that's how it was. Of course, everybody know the infamous Gangstas and Thugs series. And
for the people that don't know, dog, when did that come out?
It officially came out as far as with the with the music and stuff, I would say 2004.
Were you around for the beginning, the making everything?
Well, it started off from my song Gangstas and Thugs. I put the song out. The song hit the radio station. The radio station didn't get the actual impact that they wanted.
But let's talk about the making of the song. Like, you feel me? Let's take us there, because we ain't gonna skip right through it now.
Okay.
We ain't gonna fast forward like that now. So how did you choose the beat? Let's know. Who made the beat? Like, let's know. Break us down.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't know I am a producer. I started off in the music business producing before I started rapping. So I produced the actual track for the Gangstas and Thugs song. I came up with the concept and I wrote the song myself. As far as like when I made the song, I just made it just based off real life experiences and just tried to turn it into something to people they can turn up with. I didn't think it was going to have the impact that it have and have people so lit that to the point where they was fighting and shooting. And I mean, a lot of people don't even realize that the History Channel picked up and tried to turn it and add it on to their little show Gangland.
That's why I say before we get there. So you feel me? So you record, who was around when you recorded the track?
Man, it was just me and my older brother. Shout out to that boy Cool K. He was in the studio with us, you know what I'm saying, when I dropped that song. And that was pretty much it. So now you laced it up. So how did you go about promoting it? Was it on a mixtape or album? Like, how did you go about getting that song? Like, did you feel like you had a hit? Did you know you had a hit in your hand when you dropped that bitch? No, I didn't. At the current time when I released that song, I had already had a little buzz off of another club song I had called What They Do and Pussy Nigga You Don't Know Me. I mean, how did you get those songs moving at that time, since those ain't get on the DVD? What you did to push? Because at that time it was not easy to get a buzz. It definitely wasn't. That's why we want to know what was your secret, man. Yeah. And that's a lot of that. I got to give thanks, man. Shots out, you know, to Raylo and them damn dogs, you know, for having the underground station pumping, and all the club DJs, DJ Daddy Fats, shit, all them boys, Chico's them, you know, Chico them from Nelson Doma, TJ's DJs had a big impact on breaking my shit through word of mouth and putting it to the key players like motherfuckers like Bigger Rankin and all them. I knew a lot of them cats, man, way before they got to the level that they on right now. You know what I'm saying? But they all helped out. We talking 2003 now, before social media and all that type of shit, where you had to really press up CDs and go and put them bitches on the bitch car and hope that they listen to it and fuck with it.
Facts. So did you know
that shit
radio
wasn't easy
before the Damn Dog DVDs?
From trying to get the song What They Do and Pussy Nigga You Don't Know Me push, yeah, that's why I had.
So what he was known for in the city, was he a known DJ or something?
At that point of time, yeah, he was definitely them whole Damn Dogs, that whole clique, they was definitely well known as DJs as well as with club promotions, and they also had the underground station during that time. That was a good time to be in Palm Beach.
And that's before the damn DVDs, right?
This is before the DVDs.
Yeah, okay. So
that was. But if you wasn't around in Palm Beach around that time, you missed it. That was the best time to ever be in Palm Beach. As far as hanging out, partying, and clubbing, that bit was like a little Atlanta at that time. It was turned up around that time.
So you pressed it up. So you say you're in the pressing the song, right?
Yeah. We pressed up the song.
One song, or was it a couple songs on there?
Well, like I say, what happened? I had developed the buzz
from
other
what
songs,
they do. Yeah.
From what they do. Around this time, I was going around to many different places. As a matter of fact, I was in Puerto Rico. I was at a music conference called the E-Mix Show Magazine Awards. That's where I met DJ Khaled and a bunch of other powerful DJs that was big around that time. And one of the DJs that was there happened to be a DJ from our local radio station, X102.3. And he had heard of me, but his exact words when I spoke to him, because I asked him, I was like, hey, man, we out here grinding. We got money, we got a budget, we got talent, we got everything it takes, to be just as strong as other rappers, but y'all supporting so many people that ain't from Palm Beach. And I was real passionate when I spoke to him, and he flat out, he was honest with me. He was like, man, you know what? Palm Beach don't have a music scene. In his eyes, Palm Beach don't. But the thing was, he wasn't from Palm Beach. He was from New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, cool. That's all right. I respect that you was honest with me. So what happened, my buzz started growing. Shout out to, at this time, there was a woman named Julia Beverly. She had a magazine called Ozone Magazine that was competing against XXL and a Source magazine. She picked up my story. She saw what I was doing, my grind or whatever, and she added me in. And then she told me, this was just advice. She was like, well, if you feel that way about X102.3, let's put in how you really feel about the motherfucker. I say they don't support our movement, our local music. They support New York, and they dick ride New York and all them other niggas, but they ain't fucking with what's going on down here. And I put it just like that. And she put it out there, and they fucked around and got into Blockbusters and a bunch of other stores, and they got back to X1023. So they reached out to me. And
what they say when they reached out to you?
They was like, hey man, I heard how you dissed us like that, man. What can we do to make it better? But sometimes that's one thing about change.
It's important now.
Change won't happen, man, unless you step on some shit.
Facts.
If you want some shit to change, you're going to have to stand up and you're going to have to step on some shit. It's a lot of DJs right now, this go on in Broward County, this go on in Dade County, Palm Beach County, that they dick riding Drake, they dick riding the Migos and all these other niggas, and they ain't really getting behind what we got going on around here. And that's cool. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, but at the same time, you got to remember, man, it's a lot of talent around this motherfucker. So once these niggas start blowing up, they going to remember that shit. So either we going to work together and we going to get this money together, or shit, we got to be separated and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, X102.3, they looked at it like it was a diss, and then they wanted to figure out a way to make shit work together. So we tried it. They asked for a record that nobody else played, and they say, we're going to try to break it. They played the record. They couldn't break it. They say, hey, man, we don't think this
Which one you gave them?
Gangstas and Thug.
Why you gave them Gangstas and Thug?
Well,
that's what Palm Beach was on at that time?
Not only that, it was.
Imagine they say, yo, man, that's smooth. That's too gangster right there. Let's get him.
That's how they felt. That's how they felt.
What about you? Was you had a manager at that time?
My brother was my manager.
What brother said, bro, ain't say that was too gangster? He like, man, let's give him to him, boy.
Well, this is the whole story. When I teamed up with X1023, they decided that they wanted to try me for a concert first.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't think I would be. It was a skating ring concert, and a lot of people in Palm Beach pretty much remember this because it's so much of an infamous night. They booked out the Palace skating ring, the whole skating ring, but they only wanted the performance part to be in a section of the skating ring because they didn't think I was going to bring
pack that like that
and pack out the whole damn skating ring.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, cool. I pulled.
How long they give you to promote?
Really, they did the promotion shit. They only promoted for like a week and a half or whatever, but they promoted it on the radio.
Yeah, but they said promote you,
and it was a free show. I gave them the show for free in exchange for radio play and promotion.
Facts.
They brought me there. The whole damn shit was packed out. They didn't have enough security. They didn't have no police. And as soon as I grabbed the mic and was like, Suave Smooth in this bit, 20 fights broke out. So many fights broke out. They didn't even have a stage for me. They had me in the middle of the skating ring, and they tried to have security, to build a circle for me to perform and shit. So many fights.
Why the fight, bro? Just for no reason?
Because it was just so much energy in there from the music and the tension and, bitches pushing and shoving, trying to see me and shit like that, and they just all started fighting each other. And then, of course, the kids, they started spread rumors that, everybody just beat me up and jumped me. And that was a rumor that I had to live with for many years, man. Everybody swore that all of a sudden, when I got on the mic, everybody just ganged up and beat me up. But they didn't realize.
Why they say that for?
Because that's the way it looked. It wasn't no stage.
No camera, no.
It was just me in the middle of the dance floor, and then everybody started fighting because it was so damn crowded and shit. And then the security had to come and take me and push me to the back. So it just, all they saw was just the fighting. And they were like, damn, they stopped the show because they beat them up.
Damn.
But they made a lot of money that night, man. And then it made X102.3.
What they say, so even though you didn't get to perform, what they did when they call you, what they say?
They was like, damn, we didn't know this nigga had a following like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I picked up the mic and say, pussy nigga on from Palm Beach. Everybody just went ham. They were so crazy. They just started fighting each other and they had to shut that bitch down. My song didn't even get to the hook. I was on stage for probably 2 minutes. 2 minutes and it got shut down. But they made their money and they was impressed with it. So that's when they wanted to add the Gangstas Thugs. When they took the Gangstas Thugs song and
they started playing that bitch.
And they started playing it, they couldn't break the record because they didn't know how to. So they felt, oh man, this song is too street. And then they brought them back to the memory of the fighting and all that shit. And they went to thinking like, man, we really don't want to get behind this because it's gonna promote violence and all that type of shit. So I said, cool. I started working on. I had deals on the table at this time. At this point, so I started working on my next songs and shit. Raylo and them damn dogs took that song themselves and started pumping it.
Without even talking to you.
Without even talking to me. They just started pushing.
What you mean by pumping? How they pushed it?
I'm on the road in Tallahassee and stuff, and I'm grinding, doing music, and on the road, I'm on tour, all this type of shit. So when I came back, it was in time for Raylo's birthday bash at the Roosevelt Full Service Center. He had a birthday party over there, so he invited me to come out. And he was like, you still fucking with that Gangstas Thugs song? And I was like, nah, I don't move on to other songs or whatever. I ain't really pushing it like that because the radio station said, they couldn't get it to catch. So I didn't think it was going to break. And he was like, yeah, watch this. And he played that bitch. And by the time it got to the middle of the hook, just like when I was at the Palace, so many fights broke out. The police rushed in and shut the whole damn venue
What club y'all was in?
This was at Roosevelt Full Service. This was at like more like a little school gym thing that they used to do back in the day.
So
everybody in Palm Beach knows.
Did he know they was gonna fight?
I think he knew that they was gonna lose their goddamn mind. He knew that. Damn. He knew that the song was that strong but he had a talent for breaking records.
And for the people that don't remember, dog, say the part that made the people to go crazy. No, it's history in the making, my dog. We gotta let them know if we feel.
It was just the hook, man.
Yeah, I know, but for the people that don't know, can we just hear the hook one time?
This for the gangsters,
okay,
and the thugs,
okay,
and the niggas that be tearing up the clubs. If you with me,
damn,
put them up,
damn.
Let them know that you don't even give a fuck.
Oh man,
yeah, they used to lose their mind with that.
They went crazy.
Yeah, they lost their mind.
I'm thinking you needed a lighter. So so did you catch the chills though? Or did you be like, damn, man, the club
I was shocked. I was shocked. My brother was shocked. My other brother that was there, he was shocked. We couldn't believe that he had broke that record to that extent, to the point that it caused that type of human emotion and reaction, to the point that you just chilling, you having a good time, you minding your business, and the song come on, and it all of a sudden motherfucking turn on your savage mode, and you just punch a nigga in the face. Man, fuck this nigga. Boom. Damn. And that's how it was. He put the song on, and all of a sudden everybody starts seeing motherfuckers they ain't liking, starts fighting each other. And yeah, man, that shit was surprising to me. And from the fights, they started recording the fights, and it led to the DVD. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up being the theme song for the DVD. And then, you know, it was a lot of good stuff as far as.
Was there any jealousy though with the, like, since you know you had your song just going viral, and this was before viral was out?
Yeah.
Every time, you know, like, were you on the DVD and all that shit?
Here and there, like I told you, the type of niggas I came up with.
Yeah. You couldn't even.
They was like, hey man, you know what I mean? Because, you know, the type of niggas I ran, a lot of niggas I was around, man, got picked up by the feds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you got niggas really in the streets for real, like I said, y'all listen to a lot of these rappers and all the shit these rappers talk about. I wasn't allowed to talk about that shit, because at any given moment the feds could pick my niggas up for talking about that type of shit. So, I be skeptical about what a lot of niggas say. I know this shit be all entertainment and shit, you know what I'm saying? Even me, I consider myself more of an entertainer than a music rapper or whatever, you know what I mean? And I try to balance everything out and all that type of shit. But the niggas I was around, man, they ain't allow me. My OGs ain't allow me to talk like that. Straight up.
So when all that was going down, like, was it like Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, Belgley? Like, explain, like, the Gangstas and Thugs. Was there any conflict?
Yeah, it was. I mean, one thing about being at that age, when you going from being 18, 19 to becoming 20 and 21 and stuff like that, it's just natural conflict inside of you. When niggas just have that hard head mentality and shit like that. So yeah, man, it was a lot of beefs, bro. You know, growing up in Palm Beach County, a lot of people already know, you know what I mean, downtown had beef with Revere. Boynton and Lake Worth went through it. Boynton and Delray went through it. You know what I'm saying? It's always like that. So, and
which side you was on, for the people that don't know? Even though you was the whole Palm Beach, but we just want to know, like, at that time.
And I'm glad you said that. But you know, my whole family, my homeboys, and where I was brought up, we was all brought up downtown. But at the same time, I seen a lot of the ignorance and a lot of the senseless shootings and shit from these little cliques and shit. And like I told you, man, when I was expelled, nigga, I was on the books heavy and shit, so I knew about the Willie Lynch philosophies and stuff, putting the light-skinned nigga against the dark-skinned nigga and putting this clique against that clique. So my mind state was a little more evolved than the average nigga that was my age at the age of 14 to 15. So when I started promoting myself and my music, and just to even be on this subject, and shout out to my nigga Triple J, because when he came out repping Raw Vera, but when I was around a lot of my OGs, they didn't really want me fucking with a lot of music from Revere. They didn't want me even listening to.
Why was that?
Triple J, because they was beefing with niggas from Revere. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what I mean? When I start doing this music shit, I ain't even gonna rep downtown. I'm gonna rep all this shit and pull these niggas together. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rep the whole thing. I'm gonna rep Palm Beach County, because it's bigger than downtown. Ain't nothing but a couple blocks, man.
But what it was about downtown, my bad for cutting you, was downtown like the Nike of Palm Beach or something?
No.
Because it seemed like I was like, a lot of people were like, but I'm from downtown, boy.
Nah. It's just like any other hood, just a couple blocks, bro. From 3rd Street down there, Tamron, all the way 21st, and then you got the Westwood GP area where I was raised at, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna go platinum now. You know what I mean? You ain't finna go platinum now, bro. So why not pull everybody together, man, and let's get this money together? I was just all about the bigger picture, bro. Even at that age, at a young age, I was all about getting away from the dumb shit, my nigga, and getting that bag, bro. Putting everybody together, forming unity. Even right now, man, I had a whole plan laid out when I first came into this music shit. I said I was gonna pull Palm Beach together. Then my next thing was to pull the entire state together. So right after I came out with my music, my first mixtape series with DJ Smalls, was the Florida nigga mixtape. And I wanted every single mixtape after that to have something to do with Florida, not Palm Beach no more. So my first big mixtape that really went viral was Florida Nigga Volume 1, and that was hosted by DJ Smalls. And then I dropped Florida Nigga Volume 2. Yeah. And both of them bitches did pretty good. Florida Nigga Volume 1, a lot of people heard it. They had 8 Ball MJG on there, had T-Pain on there, had shit. I had a whole bunch of little guest appearances.
How it felt though back then at that time, dog? It was not easy to get them type of guesses, dog.
Yeah. That was shit at that point in time. I had on Ink the Deal and shit, you know what I'm saying? I had this dude Trevor Price.
Nigga, Ink and the Deal, that was not easy at that time. You had to be putting in real skills, putting in real work, real connections.
Yeah, it was a lot of street work, bro. It definitely wasn't no social media going viral shit, man. When they called me about my deal, they had told me they had heard of me from mixtapes. And when I say mixtapes, I'm not talking about like some shit online. I'm talking about somebody actually went, picked up a CD and played it out of 20 other motherfuckers on the song, on the whole CD, and said, damn, this nigga shit, I like this nigga shit. And then contacted the DJ and asked the DJ who I was, and then the DJ had to take his time to contact us. So that shit wasn't easy at all back then, because the average nigga, once a nigga say who that is, and they go, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean?
And what was your relation with Cool Cake?
Cool Cake like a little brother to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, Cool Cake had always been a brother.
Was he from your city too, or you from somewhere else?
No, he from my
city. They wanted to know.
He from my city. He from my hood. He from downtown. All that shit, man. Cool Cake was a real gangsta ass nigga, bro. Straight up. You know, Cool Cake ain't no motherfucking studio gangster. You know what I mean? Cool Cake was a real G for real. Me and Cool Cake bond had got stronger because. And I gotta tell you stories too, man. I remember when I was.
That's why we on here tippy toe nosy. We trying to hit it right now.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy. When I got expelled, when I was fighting the system and shit, and they got me back in school, they sent me to John Atlanta, and Cool Cake was in my class. Everybody back then used to say we looked like twins and shit, man. But Cake was the type of nigga. When I came in school, when I came into the class or whatever, right? He was like, "Oh damn, that's my nigga right there, man. Hey, listen." He told all the hoes in there, this is a real story. This ain't the movies. This is a real factual story. This shit happened. Okay. And plenty of bitches that was there will vouch for this shit because it went down just like this on my first day of class with this nigga. This my nigga. Don't let this nigga do no work. Y'all do the work for him. Let this nigga work on his music. Real nigga shit. Cake told him, man, Cake had 5 hoes in the classroom doing all my schoolwork, his schoolwork. And we worked on my album, my first album, nigga, the whole time I was at Atlanta in class.
Damn.
That's a real nigga. That's a real story, bro. That's some shit like the movies.
Yeah.
That's the type of motherfucker Cake was, bro. That's my motherfucking nigga right there. Shout out to Gas House Music. I know he remember that shit. Them bitches, hey, Cake, you need anything else? My dog used to have that shit, bro.
That's crazy.
Until they had to put my dog out of motherfucking John Atlanta. They had to kick Cake ass out of that bit, man. Cake had too much pull in that bit. Yeah. Cake had them bitches in line.
And another question they wanted me to ask you too: did the DVDs make niggas get extra gangster, bro? Like meaning like just go extra tough versus shit they ain't really had to do. Like the camera made, because they say like Palm Beach really brought them cameras out, was the first to bring them cameras out.
Well, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I mean, like I was just talking to somebody about this earlier today. They was talking about, you know, drugs make people do this and do that. My whole thing is drugs only gonna bring out who you really is. If you're on camera, you're gonna be who you really are on that camera. You might try to be professional or whatever, but at the end of the day, let the motherfucker try you. You're gonna fuck around and snap back into your regular mode. Something gonna bring out the truth in you. So I don't think the DVD at all made people act a certain way. I felt like
was people blowing up because of DVD?
Yeah, well, hell yeah. A lot of people started getting noticed. Hell yeah.
Like where was the DVD? How was the DVDs getting promoted? Do you even know about that? How was the game promoted, or you was just doing your own thing?
Not exactly, because around that time that wasn't really the thing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even really pay too much attention to it. I knew it was popping, but it was such a new thing. We never really looked at it as a tool to promote music, even though it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting calls all the way from North Dakota, South Dakota, places I ain't never even think to go. Motherfuckers knew me. Motherfuckers was calling me like, bro, you a legend out here in motherfucking South Dakota. Like, nigga, I don't even know. I gotta look at the map again to figure out nigga what the fuck South Dakota was. Cause at that time I wasn't really traveling and shit. I ain't know what the fuck South Dakota was.
How did the DVDs get there? Like, what, people just passing them? And I think they even made Word Star.
To be honest, man, I'm not 100% sure, bro. I'm not 100% sure, but it made its way to Chicago. And I remember people calling me from Chicago and telling me about Chief Keef and all them niggas there up there doing their thing and shit. And they was like, man, I'm telling you, man, look how you influenced these niggas. Look how you was Spro and all y'all niggas. The impact y'all had on these niggas, bro. And at that time, you know, I ain't.
Did you know Spro? That's my next question.
Yeah, I knew Spro, man. Spro was my little nigga, man.
How come he, like, when you watched, like, even rest in peace, like, he was a big impact. Did everybody know him? How everybody like?
Well, see, the thing is, and I get asked this all the time, man.
Tippy Toe Podcast, we knows it.
Yeah, I get asked this all the time, especially about Spro. Spro wasn't an actor. You know, the camera was just on. When that camera was off, Spro was still Spro.
And where was he from? Yo?
Spro's from downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah. Spro's from downtown.
He just used to be in Muck City.
From time to time.
On his DVD, you see Belgrade.
Yeah, from time to time, he used to go over there. He mostly go over there with Raylo and Dennis and Zone Boy. Shout out to that boy Zone Boy too. He home too.
No, that's where Raylo used to be at.
Yeah, he used to go. They used to go over there fucking with Zone Boy a lot. You know what I mean? Okay. Zone Boy was a fool too with it. A lot of people know about Spro, but shit, Zone Boy was a fool too with that shit, man. He used to be on the covers of the little DVDs and shit too.
Yeah, I think that's the one with the hat and the sideways.
Yeah. They wasn't actors, man. They just used to turn the cameras on and catch them being themselves. Niggas wasn't no damn ass. Niggas was real life like that for real though. You know what I mean? Everybody know niggas, Spro wasn't no damn studio gangster, no shit like that, man. Spro was a straight up stepper.
But when you drop What They Do, though, dog, who made, did you produce that too?
I produced What They Do.
God damn. So you produced all your tracks?
Almost every track, bro.
So
matter of fact, every hit track.
You ain't want to holler at the producer, like, I can make the beats.
Well, it wasn't even like that. Being that I started off as a producer, I was just accustomed to that was the way I created music. I would create the whole song in my head. I hear the beat in my head. I hear the hook in my head. I hear the lyrics in my head. So I would get on the keyboard. I would play half the music, and then I would form the hook. And that was just my whole format of making music. That's the way I did it. You know, other motherfuckers, they might be just rappers. They may get a whole beat pack and just listen to a beat and just start writing and stuff. My whole format was everything would come to me in my head, the concepts and everything, and then I just manifest that shit into reality.
Are you shocked the impact that you had on your city?
To be honest, bro, I never really even noticed it. I never noticed it, man. I had just gotten to the point where I was just in love with what I was doing, and it was more than a hobby. It was just more of just like a passion, you know what I mean? So I never paid attention to the impact. I never even knew I even had an impact. I remember when I started developing a buzz, I didn't know I had a buzz. So I remember one night I was in the club, Nassim Dama on Clematis, and they played my song, and I knew they had the song, but I didn't know they was playing it a lot. I thought they just played it because I was there. And so many niggas was vibing to it real hard. They was like, oh, that's my shit, whatever. So I went over and started bouncing with the niggas, and the nigga stopped bouncing. And the nigga was like, bitch, who the fuck this nigga here? And they looking at me like, and I'm like, damn, these niggas don't even know me. And that was when I realized that I had a buzz. Straight up. When them niggas looked at me like they wanted to swing on me and shit for
fucking up they vibe.
They thinking I'm just some drunk ass nigga, but they just didn't know that I was the nigga that made the song.
You didn't tell them?
I didn't know how to tell them. They didn't know my name. This is when the song first dropped. This was the song "Pussy Nigga You Don't Know Me." So after that, I went to the DJ booth, and the DJ didn't even, at that point, he was just, it was, you know how you have a main DJ at a club, and then you have the little guest DJs or whatever. It was the guest DJ. So when I told him who I was, he didn't even know. He just knew the song.
But how he know what was DVDs?
Well,
at that time,
this was the underground station that was pumping it. The underground station was pumping it, and everybody else was there. They'll hear and they ask for the song, and they'll get a copy, and they just start playing it.
But what it was that made you so connected? Because at that time you couldn't just, not anybody could get on the underground station. Those them it was like a real radio station.
Oh nah, yeah.
Come on now.
At that point, we had to contact Raylo. We had to get in contact with Raylo, and then we discussed the business or whatever, and then we tried it and they tested it out and it worked. You know what I'm saying? The very first song, it worked right off the bat. So it was, it was a big deal for me. I'm like, damn, I ain't know this shit was gonna take off like that. But like they always say, man, timing is everything. Everybody had a time, bro. And at that point, that was my time to go through that era. You know what I mean? And
did you end up dropping with Spro though? Did y'all there do any music together?
No, we never did no music together. You know what I'm saying? I knew Spro, straight up from the block and shit. You know what I mean? Cool Cake.
What about Cool Cake? Y'all
Cool Cake, his brother and all them.
Y'all ever drop songs together?
Yeah, plenty of songs. Me and Cake dropped plenty of songs, man. He on my new album and everything.
He on this album right here?
He on my new
album.
What's
the name of the album right there?
The James Jeremy Chapters.
Okay, then.
He on the James Jeremy Chapters, and he on that song "Fuck These Niggas." Me, Cool Cake, Van Dam,
Van Dam too.
All the same song.
You went and got okay then. What made you want to go get everybody?
Because we all from the same hood. That's one thing a lot of people don't know, man. We all from the Westwood, man. Me, Cool Cake, MG, Van Dam. We all from the same hood, bro. So I had to take it back to the hood on that one. You know what I mean? Had to do it for the hood. Bring that shit back the way it was. But like I was saying though, you know what I mean? Me and Cake, we was on tour and all that type of shit. But every time we used to come off tour, from touring around the whole state, we used to come down. I used to chop it up with them boys on the block and shit. And I knew Spro from the block. That's why I knew him from. He wasn't no music shit. He wasn't no actor or no type of shit like that. He was a real nigga in the streets.
At that time, like off the DVDs, it looked like it was going down. But was Palm Beach really slaughtering like that for real?
It was like that for real, bro. That year, the DVD. It
was
dropped.
1 year.
Well, the first year when the DVD dropped, that's when Palm Beach seen 100 murders in 1 year.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You sure you don't think the DVD had something to do with like?
No, man. Because what they was capturing was a lot of shit that was going down. It was a lot of beefs that was going down. Personally, me, I felt they was unnecessary beefs, but it was what it was, bro. I mean, I used to tell my niggas, man, that I didn't think I was going to live to be 21 years old around that time.
It was like
the way it was going down, I didn't think I was going to live to be 21, bro. Because
damn it.
I remember on several different occasions just coming home from the club, miracles happened for me to make it home, bro. I remember one time, I'm just coming from the club and a nigga just, dumbass nigga, whatever, get on the high speed chase with the police, but, they know how we was rocking, bro, that niggas was how we was doing each other. So they jump out with they pistol, start firing at the nigga aiming in my direction.
Who, the police?
Police, sheriff officers.
God damn.
What I mean? I remember coming home like that. I remember coming home from nights from the club and another nigga cut another nigga off and just jump out with AKs and just whack the whole car, man, leave niggas brains hanging. A lot of shit like that, man. Just right down on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard trying to make it home. I don't see nights like that, bro.
But at that time, they were saying, Palm Beach was like one of the third richest places. How the fuck it was going down? That's a rich place like that.
I can't answer that question, bro. I don't even know. I don't know why it was like that at that time. But that particular year, that was 2004, Palm Beach seen 100 murders.
God
and, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro.
So everybody was losing somebody.
Yeah, it was a lot of death that year.
And you said your song ended up being like in for the gang. What you were saying about the gang?
Well, the History Channel. Channel noticed everything that was going on because the DVD made the FBI topmost watch list. So when that happened, that's when the History Channel saw it, and they already had Gangland going on, the TV series Gangland. So then that's when they picked up the story, and they wanted to come in and interview people to figure out the real story, to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Did you get interview?
Well, like I told you,
turn it down. People say no, so don't do it.
Like I told you, I grew up around real niggas that wasn't having that shit, and they was frowned upon it. Well, this is what I did because I was a part of it as far as music wise. So I allowed myself to be shown without my face shown. So it's a little part of anybody ever go back and see that little Gangland series, they may see my tattoos that say PalmBeach and me holding a pistol, but you won't see my face. And that's it. And I had to do that for my OGs because, you know what I mean? Like I say, man, I came up around real niggas that really had did murders, really had did all that shit that these niggas rapped about with the bricks and all that type of shit. So they wasn't having that shit. It wasn't no way I could really come out there and, yeah, nigga, I'm a real nigga. And, you know what I mean? All that shit, y'all gotta be looking at that shit like it's world wrestling, like WWE and all that type of shit. Because that's all these rappers really be doing. The real niggas that really be out there living that shit, man, they have to pay the price for that shit. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to that boy, man, ATM Money Mitch. And it's a lot of niggas that done lost their lives, man, for being real niggas in real life, man. And that's the thing that a lot of niggas really be failing to realize. All y'all favorite rappers that y'all be idolizing and shit, man, them niggas ain't real niggas. Listen to the real niggas that they was around, how they talk about them niggas, man. I ain't even gotta mention their names and shit like that. But look at how Blue Da Vinci them talk about Young Jeezy and all that. And I fuck with Young Jeezy music. I'm just talking about a real situation. Look how they talk about them niggas. Because it is what it is, man. Real niggas that do real shit, they don't be out there talking about all that. Oh, nigga, I'm a stepper and nigga, I got the work and niggas don't be talking like crazy like that. That's crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Exactly. Imagine me with 100 bricks right now and I got an artist. I ain't finna let this nigga talk about no selling no work. You think I want them motherfuckers trying to lock me up? You know what I'm saying? And that's how. And
what you say to the people that is got 100 bricks and then they always talk about crazy shit like that?
They with the police. It is what it is, bro. Shout out to that boy Tampa Tony, man. Niggas that really that went down for getting caught with blocks and Tampa shit Tony like that.
Right now?
No, he out now.
Okay, free that. Oh, I'm about to say
he out now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never hear Tampa Tony making music like that.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tampa Tony booty
keep juking, keep looking, right. Keep juking. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was. But that's my nigga. Tampa Tony was a real street nigga, but he was on some other shit when it came to the music because he was trying to get away from that. That's the part that a lot of these young niggas don't realize. It's all about getting away from that shit. I mean, don't nobody want to be no damn, okay, what we think we going to be, motherfucking Pablo Escobar or some shit out this shit. We trying to make it out this shit, bro. That's the game plan. Straight up.
And when you was out there, early grinding, like you say, your brother ain't get to go to jail. You say you made some slip up.
Nah, he got out, bro.
No, you say your brother, you talking about you. You say your brother was smooth, but did you end up catching no time grinding out here?
Me?
Yeah, your early days before you.
Nah, just a spell, little petty charges or whatever. So I only had one encounter.
So when the music started taking off, you took your music serious. Basically.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, I put it this way: once my music started taking off, I was told to stop fucking with certain niggas, take my girlfriend serious, and get away from any kind of street activity. That's the way it went down.
So you had big homies though.
Yeah.
How important that is, though, because most niggas got big homies or don't even care to even listen. So what made you say, I'm going to listen to what they must know, son? Let me listen to what my big dog's saying.
Well, that's the way it was, bro. It's all about respect, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was one of the youngest niggas from my generation, and it was like I had many fathers. I had my biological father, then my brother was like my father, and then all the niggas that looked up to him was like my father. So... You know, anytime I got caught doing some dumb shit or like that, my dad ran a business. He had his own construction business, and he employed street niggas that had criminal charges and felonies and shit like that. So they had a lot of respect for my dad. May he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? All the street niggas that couldn't get a job nowhere, they always came to my dad, and my dad employed them and put them to work. So a lot of people had a lot of respect for my family, you know what I mean, in that particular part of town where I was from. So nobody would allow me to get away with doing dumb, petty shit. You know what I mean? And I did my dumb, petty shit. You know, I nicked and dimed. And even when I didn't have to, because like I say, man, my peoples really had that work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't have to do that type of shit like that. But, you know, I went through my own phase in life trying to be my own man and made a lot of little mistakes and shit like that. But, you know, you live and you learn.
And let the people know some of the places you was touring with the songs, where they made you go at.
Oh man, shit. I toured the whole state of Florida, shit, all over the South and shit like that. But the music itself toured further than I even toured. You know what I mean? The music made its way all the way to Germany. I got a huge following in Germany right now. I got a huge following in Russia and Moscow. Shit.
You ever think about going over there, do some shows?
Oh hell yeah. A lot of people that know me personally, they know I actually travel for a hobby. I done been all over Israel, Egypt. We just came back from Portugal. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time over there. I done been all over this bitch, bro. Peru. I mean, any place you can name. I done been to China. I done been to.
China.
I was in China. I was in China 3 years back to back up until COVID hit. I was there November 2019, and then December came and January came. That's when COVID hit. So I was there right.
I was in Gangstas. How it is in China? Any black folks?
Yes, black people there, man. But one thing about China that a lot of people don't realize, China is about that motherfucking money. But if I could give you any advice, I would encourage your children to learn Chinese Mandarin, because China runs the world. Mm-hmm. Every single country I've ever been in, it was Chinese people there running some shit. Mm-hmm. They may not let it be known, but motherfucking China run the world. China run the dope game. A lot of people don't realize that. In Venezuela, all the coca leaf fields and all that shit, that's Chinese, man. China got a hidden hand behind a lot of shit, man. I don't really want to get too deep on that type of shit like that, man. But China run every aspect. The bootlegging aspect, they run a designer. Everybody rocking designer right now, and they run the knockoff version. They run both of us. You want the real shit, we run that. You want the knockoff shit, we run that too. We make all that shit. Straight up.
And let me know
the iPhone, they make everything.
And let me know what it is that make you be on point to keep updating on all this shit right here.
I always had a passion for learning, man. I always had a passion for evolving. Me personally, my philosophy is to evolve, bro. I mean, we can't stay in the same point, stuck on the past and how it was. We got to be pressing on towards the future. So my whole thing is about evolving, bro. And that's my passion in life.
Fast. And you already know. And let the people know what you been cooking up, though. I know you say you back in the kitchen.
Straight up,
what you been cooking up? Let us know what
the James German Chapters Volume 1. I just dropped that March. James German Volume 2. I was supposed to release it before the end of the year, but I pushed it back because I fell in love with the production of it. I had got into such a nice groove, man, with the production part of it, man. I fell in love with the groove and how it was forming out. So I think I want to spend a little bit more time on it. But the James German Chapters Volume 2, Son of Atlantis, is definitely coming very soon, man. It's coming, bro. And
you produce every track. Do you got any other producers on there?
I'm grooming a few producers right now. I got a few that I'm working with right now. But for the most part, if they shit not topping what I already got cooking, then I don't know if I'm going to go with it, man. But, any producers out there, y'all want to send me some shit, go ahead and send it to me, man. Suave Smooth #1
Facts. And you feel me? Any features you got on there? Let the people know what features can we be looking for on there.
I haven't done any features so far yet on Volume 2.
Oh, you think you going solo?
I do plan on doing some features. I just haven't put them together yet. Right now, the way I do my music, I always come up with my concepts and my hooks first, because that can let me know exactly what direction I want to take the album. So right now, that's all I've been focused on right now. But I'm definitely going to have some nice features on there. I do have a few in mind. I can't let the cat out the bag yet because I haven't secured it yet. But it's going to be some pretty big features, though.
Okay, then. And what else you want to let them know real quick before we get out of here? Because I know I had you in here about 48 minutes. We've been riding now.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to all y'all boys. Shout out to that boy MG the Bad Guy. His album dropping November 13th. Shout out to my boy Cool Cake. Be on the lookout for that House Arrest album, Gas House Music. Be on the lookout for my next album, the James German Chapters Volume 2, Son of Atlantis. I'm going to take my time with that shit because I got a lot that I got to get off my chest about that type of shit as I transfer from Suave Smooth into James German, the grown man, you know what I mean? And be on the lookout for that headquarter record shit, man, because my next step with this shit is going to be the production as well as hiring new talent, man, and bringing on new talent into this shit as well, man.
Fact. And one more thing, Suave, they want me to ask you, is there any book or movies going to be in the making?
I had 3 books in the making, bro, and I never released them yet, man,
no.
Because I don't know why I'm like that, man. I might start some shit and then all of a sudden I have another idea in my head and want to do some other shit. But for right now, I do have 3 books. I have not released any of them yet. Because I think the way I'm doing this James Jeremy chapters thing is it's all about the chapters of my life. I'm not trying to cater it strictly towards the streets. Like I say, I'm pretty much a very strong avid reader, and I'm into esoteric knowledge. I'm into a lot of mysticism and all that type of stuff like that. So I'm trying to sprinkle a little bit of shit in. A lot of people, they know what I'm talking about right now. Shout out to 1111 Lost Knowledge group. I do have a lot of groups right now, man, where we actually get into a lot of metaphysics and spirituality and shit like that. So I have that whole aspect as well. So when I tie all this shit in with the music, I want to do the books, the music, and everything, and have it all leading together and flowing together in the right pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. And you already know, my nigga, and let them know one more time who my guest was for tonight, my dog.
Suave Smooth, you know my name, James Jeremy, man. Be on the lookout for that James Jeremy Volume 2 coming soon.
Y'all know what it is. Had to bring that Palm Beach legend in the motherfucking building. You wanted it, Tippy Toe. That's what I do. I brings it. Till next time. Tippy Toe Podcast. Y'all know what time it is. And you ain't nothing you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, that's it, man.
Okay, then. We about to go turn up. Y'all keep it gleazy.
Straight up.
Glee.